Hello ladies and gentlemen, Safehouse here, and today I'll be talking to you about the traditional tank in Elder Scrolls Online. So you do have a fair few options, and I'm just going to give you the opinion on some of the things that I found worked in the beta, and some of the things that I'm just going to theorycraft up and think that it's going to work well as a traditional tank. So if you're going traditional tank, you're obviously going to want to go Dragon Knight as your class, and the Imperial is just open up and we've seen their abilities, and they are a tank class. So pretty much Orc or Imperial are the ones that you're going to go if you're going to go for the traditional sort of tank. And now we'll just go through some of the abilities that I've chosen up here. So first, out of Ardent Flames, I have gone for the Fiery Grip, which I think is going to be a bit of a staple for all tanks because it pulls the target towards you and deals 3 damage. It's obviously not much damage, but it's not really your job to be doing the damage. And just getting that gap closer is so important. You've got to have a couple on your hotbar at all times because otherwise you're just chasing mobs around and they're killing your team. That's not what you want. I've upgraded it to the level 2, so it has increased range as well. Next we go to Draconic Power. So we've got Volatile Armor, which is the upgrade of Spiked Armor. It increases armor by 25 and returns 5 physical damage to melee attackers for 20 seconds. It deals 8 physical damage on activation. So 20 seconds is pretty good to have an extra 25 armor. So I know that sometimes if you're using this, you're going to hit the cap, especially early on, like your armor cap, so you get diminishing returns, which can be a little bit annoying, but wait and see what actually happens once you get up to level 50, if you're going to be hitting those caps or not. But if you don't like the Volatile Armor, there is another one just under Armor. You get your Heavy Armor ability here. This is sort of the other option that I was tossing up between. It increases armor and spell resistance by 20 for 8 seconds, grants immunity knockback and disabling effects for the duration, increases duration for each piece of heavy armor equipped by 5%. So if you've got all your heavy armor on, you're going to have, it's going to go for quite a bit longer, but you know, the other one's 20 seconds, this is only 8 seconds, maybe you get up to about 12 seconds, not even 11-12 seconds with full heavy armor. So it's not, I don't see it as being quite as good. Maybe in PvP it would be pretty good just because you can obviously then not get CC'd out of the fight. So that might be one to look around and play around with a bit. So after that I have got Dragon Blood, which upgraded into Coagulating Blood. It heals for 30% of missing health, increases health regeneration by 40% for 20 seconds, and armor and spell resistance by 30 for 2 seconds. So it is a great ability. It's a self-heal. I'm pretty sure just about every tank is going to have this. There's a few, I think pretty much 4 of the abilities on my hotbar every tank is going to have. There's a few different options that I'll talk about a little bit later. Also, Dark Talons is a great ability, especially with this invasion up here. It's quite a high level skill. So Dark Talons immobilizes nearby enemies for 3.5 seconds and deals 13 physical damage. An ally can activate the Impale Synergy, damaging enemies held with the Talons. So that's obviously a great ability just to snare everyone around and stop them from killing your team. Also, I reckon Reflective Scale would be great in PvP. Reflects all spell projectiles for 4 seconds, and the upgraded one, it actually reflects the spell and increases its damage dealt by 20%. So in PvP, say you've got a mage on you, uses a long channeling ability that is going to do a lot of damage, and you reflect it back out, and that's going to hurt them a lot because they obviously don't have that much resistances. Unless they're playing a tank battle mage, they are pretty good too, but yeah, obviously don't do as much damage. So anyway, on to Earth and Heart. So I've gone with Magma Shell for my ultimate, just because it's actually known as Magma Armor, upgraded to Magma Shell. Caps incoming damage at 3% your max health for 12 seconds, while nearby enemies take 2 fire damage every 1 second. Allies may activate the Protective Shell synergy, granting a damage shield of 85% of their maximum health. So that is a massive shield if one of your teammates actually does manage to activate the Protective Shell synergy. So that's why I've gone with the first upgrade instead of the second one. Really, 12 seconds of not being able to die is just amazing. That's why I can't go past this one at the moment. But the alternative to it, which a lot of people are running, is your Dragon Knight Standard. So especially when you upgrade it twice, it goes to enemies take 7 damage every second and receive 50% left healing for 15 seconds. While on Standard of Might, player deals 30% more damage and takes 30% less damage. So obviously you're increasing your damage, you're taking less, which is great for a tank. And an ally may activate the Shackle synergy, damaging and immobilizing nearby enemies. So also a great ability, lasts 15 seconds, so it's even longer than the other one, but you're not immune, you're just taking a little bit less damage. So that's why I'm going to stick with the Magma Shell for now. Maybe through playtesting and stuff, I may change my mind on that one. Earth and Heart, so we've gone through that. There's a few decent abilities, but the ones I'm going through are the main ones that you're going to be looking at. You can jump on this site, ASO Head. It has your character with all your skill calculators. It's got crafting simulators, and it's got everything, guys. If you want to check this out, I'll put a link in the description for it. So we'll check out the 1 hand and shield. So another staple, everyone is going to have this pierce armor, which is puncture upgraded. So deals 16 physical damage and reduces target's armor and spell resistance by 40% for 12 seconds and taunts the target for 15 seconds. This is your only taunt unless you go down the Undaunted, which is in Guild Undaunted skill line. There's another taunt in there, but it's not as good. I mean, like, the taunt doesn't have a cooldown, so as long as you've got the 32 stamina to cast it, you can cast it on anyone you can. You'll find in Elder Scrolls Online, when you're tanking, you're really just tanking maybe 1 or 2 mobs. Like, obviously, the boss fight, you just got to focus on the boss. It's just too hard to hold aggro with only this one ability that's not an AoE taunt. So you work out the dynamics and stuff of the game as you play more, though. Obviously, a great ability is that taunt. It's pretty much the only taunt you're going to have, so you have to have that on your bar. And this is the one I was saying, the shield charge upgraded into invasion, which is player charges to the target and attacks, dealing 14 physical damage and stunning the target for 2 seconds. Stun duration increases based on distance charged. So if you charge someone down from a long distance, I haven't actually got to try it out and see like what the extra duration actually is, but having another stun and another gap closer on your bar is going to be really handy. But that is all the skills I have gone for. They I believe they make a pretty rounded tank. We've got increasing armor, you've got self heal, you've got a couple gap closers, and you've got your taunt there. You also have your invincibility for 12 seconds, which is going to take a little while to go because I'm pretty sure it's a bit of a high level skill. Some of the ultimates take a little bit to get, but once you do get it, it's going to be a great ability. But that is all for your traditional tanks. You're obviously going to want to be getting just pretty much all the passives. You get a hell of a lot of skill points in Elder Scrolls Online. You'll be able to get anything you want. So you obviously get all your passive abilities and that sort of stuff. You'll be able to work out which ones you want to get first, and it's pretty straightforward. So throw down in the comments any other skills you would consider, anything that you don't like on my build or whatever. I do want to make a bit of a discussion about this, so that would be great. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video helped you out or you just enjoyed it, please smack that like button, or you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this one. Thanks guys.